Good evening, Raider Nation, and welcome to Silver and Black Tonight, your one-stop shop for everything Las Vegas Raiders football. I'm your host, Marcus Vega, coming to you from the shadow of Allegiant Stadium, where the lights are bright but the 2025 season, well, it's been a little dimmer than any of us wanted. 2 wins, 8 losses, for the second year in a row. Yeah, I said it. It stings. But buckle up, because tonight we're diving deep into the one storyline that has every Raiders fan talking. Why, after everything we've seen this year, does head coach Pete Carroll still believe, 100%, in quarterback Geno Smith? Let's start with the cold, hard truth. The Raiders brought Geno in this past offseason in a blockbuster trade with Seattle, gave him a fat extension, and told the world, this is our guy to finally end the quarterback carousel that's been spinning since Rich Gannon hung him up. The hope was that a proven veteran who'd already resurrected his career once could do it again under the Death Star lights. 10 games in, it hasn't happened. Geno has more picks than touchdowns right now, 14 interceptions against just 11 scores. The offense ranks 29th in giveaways, and when you're turning it over that much in the AFC West against Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and even a resurgent Bo Nix, every mistake feels like a dagger. Last week on Monday Night Football, the script looked the same. Chip Kelly dialed up dropback after dropback, Geno was under siege all night, offensive line couldn't pick up stunts and twists, and the result was another loss that dropped Vegas to 2-8. You could hear the groans from the 500 level every time the ball sailed into coverage. But here's where it gets fascinating. Most coaches in year one of a rebuild would already be auditioning the rookie or the backup. Not Pete Carroll. The 74-year-old legend who won a Super Bowl in Seattle with a completely different quarterback style is doubling down on Geno, and he did it again in his post-game presser with the kind of conviction that makes you lean in. Take a listen to Coach Carroll breaking down the film. I thought Geno played really well for the most part on Monday night. He was under pressure the entire time in the dropback game. He had to move. It wasn't perfect, he did jam a ball in there on the interception that got tipped. He could have checked it down. We're really trying to take advantage of those checkdowns and get the ball to Ashton Jeanty as much as we can. There was a chance there for a 10-yard play, but he thought he saw it, thought he could get it in there, and the linebacker got a hand on it. But he threw a great ball to Trey Tucker on that seam route down in the goal line, back line of the end zone, beautiful back shoulder throw. Trey just didn't quite get there. Those are the plays we've got to hook up on. I continue to really believe in him. I have no hesitation telling you that. He's an incredible player, he's busting his tail, and he has not backed off one step. We're counting on him to keep working it, and he'll come through for us. We just gotta help him out more, gotta protect him better. You hear that, Raider Nation? That's not lip service. That's Pete Carroll, the same guy who once turned Russell Wilson from a third-round pick into a Super Bowl champ, saying Geno Smith still has the it factor. And honestly, there's evidence to back it up if you squint past the stat sheet. Remember, Geno's thrown for over 2,400 yards already this season. His completion percentage hovers around 64%, which isn't elite but isn't the problem. The problem is the 14 picks, and when you watch the tape, a chunk of those are either tips at the line, undersized interior O-line, or receivers running the wrong depth on routes. Trey Tucker's speed is electric, but he and Geno are still learning how to finish those 50-50 balls. Jacoby Myers has been steady, but Brock Bowers, the rookie tight end out of Georgia, is still finding his footing in the NFL after that early season high ankle sprain. Now let's zoom out and put this season in historical context, because Raider fans know pain, but we also know glory. This franchise has been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3 of them. We've had Hall of Famers like Marcus Allen, Howie Long, Tim Brown, and yes, even in the dark days after the Tuck rule, we believed a guy named Rich Gannon could carry us back to the promised land. The quarterback position has been a 20-year odyssey since Kerry Collins, Jamarcus Russell, we don't speak that name, Jason Campbell, Carson Palmer, Derek Carr, a parade of short-term fixes, and now Geno. And here's the trivia nugget for you tonight. This is the first time in franchise history the Raiders have started 2-8 or worse in back-to-back seasons since the pre-Al Davis days in the early 1960s. That's how rare this kind of struggle is for a proud organization. But it's also why Pete Carroll's unwavering belief feels like a lifeline. He's seen turnaround stories before. He was there when Seattle went from 7-9 to Super Bowl champs in 2 years. He knows 2-8 doesn't have to be a death sentence if the quarterback you believe in finally gets clean pockets and some luck on the tipped balls. Let's talk about the defense for a second, because it's impossible to evaluate Geno in a vacuum. Max Crosby, the heartbeat of this team, is playing like a Defensive Player of the Year candidate again. 9 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, but he's doing it with basically no help. Christian Wilkins was supposed to be the big free agent splash opposite him, but he's battled injuries and hasn't been the same dominator he was in Miami. The secondary, Robert Spillane, is flying around making plays, but the cornerback room has been torched weekly. When your quarterback knows he has to score 35 to win, that's when the hero ball interceptions start creeping in. I asked former Raiders Pro Bowl guard Steve Wisniewski, a Raider legend, what he's seeing from this offense. Here's what Coach Wiz told me earlier today. Geno's got the arm talent. We all saw what he did in 2022 with the Comeback Player of the Year season. But right now he's pressing because the run game isn't consistent, the protection's breaking down, and the play calling's asking him to carry too much. Pete's right to stick with him, because the alternative is throwing a rookie into this fire and guaranteeing another lost season. You ride Geno, you fix the line in the offseason, and you let Ashton Jeanty, that kid's a freak, become the workhorse next year. And can we talk about Ashton Jeanty for a second? The rookie out of Boise State is already averaging 5.1 yards per carry when he actually gets the rock. Imagine if Chip Kelly committed to 25 touches a game for him like Carroll hinted they want to. Suddenly Geno's playing with a lead, the play action opens up, and those deep shots to Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers start hitting. So where do the Raiders go from here? 7 games left. The schedule's brutal: Chiefs twice, Chargers, Broncos, Falcons, Saints, and a Jaguars team that's scrappy. Best case scenario: they steal 3 or 4, finish 5-12 or 6-11, get a top 5 pick, and pair it with a boatload of cap space coming next offseason. Worst case, they go 2-15 and still pick top 3, but the locker room completely tunes out. But if Pete Carroll's belief in Geno Smith turns out to be the turning point, if Geno puts together a 4-game stretch where he protects the football and lets Max and that defense keep games close, then Raider Nation might just have something to hang its helmet on heading into 2026. Raider fans, I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments. Do you still believe in Geno the way Coach Carroll does? Or is it time to see what the young guys can do? Smash that like button if you're riding with the Silver and Black no matter what, and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode of Silver and Black Tonight. Next man up, next game up. This Sunday we're back at Allegiant against the Denver Broncos, a rivalry that goes all the way back to the AFL days. Let's pack that place, turn it into the loudest building in football, and remind the league why nobody wants to come into our house. Until then, this is Marcus Vega saying, just win, baby.